Okay, what we've learned is the brown wire should be here in the motor, then the black wire next to it for the rotor to go in the right direction, then comes the blue wire, then comes the power wire there. These already are spoken for. They were in there, we just took them out and replaced them so we could get through the holes here. But that's the wiring configuration there, black and then white and then power. So black, white, power, then brown, black to the motor to go in the right direction. I had them reversed originally, but that's the right configuration for this, and then blue, and then power there. And then you've got the inverter, so it goes from two-phase power to three-phase power because we only have single-phase power to three-phase power because you only have a single phase of 240 up there, and that's what this inverter apparently is for. These switches were off, and we just flipped them on, and everything seems to be working now. So when we turn this thing on, what we want to see is that let me see if I can find it for you. See that? Okay. So that should be turning in that direction, so that when you're looking down, it's counterclockwise, and when it's spinning, the counterweight is going not in that direction, but in the left to right direction. And that's what causes the vibration, to have that counterweight spinning, right? So not that way, but the other way. And then this would be closed, although I can open it now to show you. So when we start it, it starts vibrating. And you can see, so if you want to make sure that it's spinning in the right direction, then we will turn this off, and you'll see it is spinning in the correct direction, going left to right. Right? It's just a motor with a counterweight. Now, it was very important that we removed the bolts that had these red tags on them. There were bolts, let me get under here to show you. There were bolts here on three sides of it, and they have yellow brackets, and you can't see them here, but I've had to push the yellow bracket up and out of the way, or they will clash. You can't see that, but there's these yellow brackets that those bolts had as holding brackets, and I've had to lift them out of the way. Let's see if I can find there. I can find it here so you can see. Well, there's no light, so you can't see, but suffice it to say that up in here there are these yellow heavy brackets that are hard to remove, but they could be pushed out of the way eventually, and then the machine works. There were three of those brackets and bolts, one there, and one on the back side, sort of in a triangular pattern. And that's it. Otherwise, you would hear a clanging as it hit the bolt. And if we can, we need to get in there and actually just remove those brackets completely. But they're pushed out of the way for now, and seems to be okay. That's how the machine will work, so that it will take the glass cullet that we make from this machine, which is our glass crusher, and it's acting as a big sieve so that we can get finely powdered glass cullet sand out of it and separate out the different levels of glass, because sometimes you'll get a really coarse substance, and of course there's going to be paper and plastic labels that are going to be in there. Those will be probably stuck at the top, and then we'll get different finer and finer levels as we as we take our grind or our crushed cullet and put it in here for sorting. So the electrician work is done now, and I can go ahead and unplug this with the locking L6 P20 connector. It came with a much smaller one and so I had to go and get this one here, and that L620P is what we needed for our particular outlet here, so we can switch between the glass crusher and the sorter sifter. All right, happy trails.